I'm convinced that in North America, we're using a drug deficiency healthcare system, meaning that the only reason we don't feel good is because we haven't taken the right drug. I feel like this because when I have a headache, right away someone offers me aspirin, acetaminophen, ibuprofen. If I have a cold, right away someone offers me a cough suppressant or a medicated lozenge. If I'm not feeling well in any way, I'm encouraged to go to the doctor where I'm going to tell the doctor my list of symptoms, and the doctor is going to offer me some kind of medication to clear up my symptoms. And if you're obese, clearly there's going to be a prescription that your doctor can give you to manage your weight. I know. I was astounded to learn that there's actually medication that the doctor is going to prescribe to help people to manage their weight. Now, to be fair, I haven't done a lot of research into how these medications work. I have a little bit of an idea, but the one question that came to my mind is, doesn't taking a medication for my weight imply that I will have to take that medication forever? Luckily, before you get to the step of medication, doctors will ask you to lose the weight by modifying your diet and your exercise. So I went online to see what kind of information I could find. I went to the Mayo Clinic website because that's a reputable source to find out what are they telling people to help them in this, not just a journey, but this struggle to get their weight under control. So on the website, the first suggestion is eat fewer calories. I kind of expected that one. No surprise there. But there were four others, so let's just dive into the other ones. The second one was make healthier choices. And they gave some examples. Eat fruit and vegetables and whole grains. So wellness warriors, if you've heard me talk about fruit before, you know that fruit causes damage to the liver and helps us to gain fat. So their first example of a healthy food is the food that's going to help you to gain fat the quickest. They go on to say, eat lean sources of protein. So they give the example of lentils, beans, and soy. Lean meat, fish if you like it. They also tell you to have heart-healthy oils like canola, olive, and nut oils. So when they say beans, lentils, and soy, I'm assuming they mean soybeans. These are all veg that will give us high carb alongside of this protein. And we know that carbohydrates cause us also to gain weight and have inflammation. And calling canola oil heart healthy is scary to me, that they're still advertising canola oil as something that is safe for humans to consume. The third one is feeling full on less. And I was a little bit excited as I started to read this one, but then I got disappointed. They suggest that rather than eating desserts, candies, fats, and processed foods, which contain a lot of calories in a very small package, you should focus on fruits and vegetables in order to help you to feel full. Obviously, I have the same concern I had in the first tip, which is that focusing on fruit allows my liver to become fatty and allows me to have health problems that are much bigger than the little bit of extra weight that I might be carrying. I'm also concerned because they don't tell you what fruit or vegetables are healthy to eat. It's just a blanket statement, eat fruits and vegetables. Bananas, mangoes have such high carb count. There's so much sugar in them that they're almost equivalent to eating a chocolate bar. So again, there's a lot of question marks for me as to how they're encouraging high carbohydrate foods in a diet that's supposed to help us to lose weight. They're telling you that these foods are going to help you to feel full because of all this accompanying fiber. But in fact, even though you might feel full while you're eating the food, most of us who have eaten mangoes and bananas and, like these foods that are like watermelon, foods that have low calorie counts and are filling in the moment, we know that after a few, maybe even an hour or two, we feel hungry again. So it doesn't actually stop us from having the hunger pangs. It does allow us to eat more food and consume less calories. But can we keep in mind, the body doesn't understand calories. The body understands carbohydrates. Unfortunately, what that means for us is that when we eat a lot of carbohydrates and the body realizes, wow, that was a lot of sugar that just came into the system, insulin is deployed, the body grabs all that sugar and stores it away as fat. So the very food that I'm trying to eat to lose weight then helps me to gain weight. The fourth one I actually did like because it's talking about restricting certain foods. And although they encouraged me to talk to my doctor about whether I should restrict fat or carbohydrates, they did suggest that across the board we could all eliminate sweet drinks to have less calories in our diet, which I do think was a great idea. And they also did mention that when we drink sweet drinks, we don't realize how many calories we're actually intaking because sweet drinks are easy to consume. And the fifth one was meal replacements. I like this one too because they made sure to point out that even though meal replacements might help you to lose weight, because what you're doing is you're eating a bar or a shake instead of a meal, and of course it has less calories, again, that idea, they cautioned you to understand that by using meal replacements, you're not learning to change your eating habits. You're not learning to adjust your foods. You're not learning to increase your activity. You're not doing anything that will allow you to keep the weight off long term without these meal replacements. And so their caution was that you'll then have to eat these meal replacements for the rest of your life to maintain any gains that you possibly have gotten. When these suggestions fail, because what they're really doing is they're ignoring the fact that you're overweight because you're overeating carbohydrates. And all of these suggestions point you towards eating carbohydrates. Then eventually, if you keep gaining weight, you will at some point be 27 BMI. Now, if you're a 27 BMI with medical issues, you qualify for weight loss drugs. If you're 27, 28, 29 with no medical issues, you don't. But when you hit 30 BMI with no medical issues, you now qualify for weight loss drugs. Here's the problem. Weight loss drugs, just like meal replacements, bypass your ability to learn why the foods that you're eating are causing your weight gain, to learn to modify your habits, your cooking, the foods you choose. Weight loss drugs do not help you to engage in the action of improving your health actively. It's a passive, take this pill, magically I lose weight. That is a huge problem because now it means that you would have to take these pills forever. And some of them cannot be taken forever. These medications that block my appetite or block my body from absorbing the food, although they're allowing me to lose the weight, they're still allowing me to eat the wrong foods. One problem that I see with this Wellness Warriors is that I'm one of those people that when I'm extremely upset and stressed and anxious, I can't eat. And what was the one thing that I used to do back then when I used to get all stressed out to make sure that I ate something is I would eat fun, junky foods because the fun of it allowed me to eat it even though I wasn't hungry because I was so stressed. Pizza and chocolate were the thing I could get down, but they were also the thing that ruined my health. Rather than suppress your appetite or block your body from getting those nutrients while continuing to eat junky garbage, let food be thy medicine. Because in fact, if you eat foods that are lower in carb and therefore do not trigger such a high release of insulin, which starts your body storing fat, you will lose weight. What are those foods? They are low carb foods and healthy protein sources and the fat that comes along with those healthy protein sources. When I started eating keto 4 years ago, it was to solve my sore hip. I had no idea that I was going to lose 70 pounds. I lost the weight because I actually stopped eating all those sugars that were causing my pain, but also causing my body to store fat away every single day unnecessarily because I didn't need more fat storage. If you want to know more about that story, you can check the video that I'm going to link here. My body wasn't fat because I was lazy. I was constantly doing all kinds of activities, rollerblading, longboarding, bike riding, snowboarding, tubing. I had a child and we were out every day doing some activity together. I had to keep up with her. I wasn't overweight because I was eating mountains of food. As a matter of fact, a lot of the time I was eating stupid little pre-portioned frozen meals. I was overweight because the foods that I was eating were high in sugar, carbohydrate, starch, three words that all come out to the same thing. Eating less carb allowed me to solve my inflammation, solve my weight problem, have more energy, sleep better, think clearer, and realize that the foods that I eat are my choice. I no longer feel compelled to eat pizza, chocolate, or any other garbage food. I eat healthy because I love the way that eating healthy makes me feel. If you want to feel as great as I do, I suggest you make some changes to your diet. Click the video on the screen right here. I'm going to meet you over there and we'll talk about how you can change your diet today.